Curtains torn but standing still, dust like memories on the floor. Seats all empty, yet it feels like they've seen this all before. Piano echoes from the stage, soft as lines that lost their pain. Every note a ghosted cue for a scene that once was you. You walk slow across the wood, like you're told you always should, but no script is in your hand. Still the room begins to stand. The stage never empties. It remembers every role, every version that you played. Still is living in the hole. The stage never empties. No applause, no release. Every silence in the dark still performs without a piece. Guitar bends a faded blue, like a truth you never knew. Every tone a quiet call from the shadows of the hall. Bassline deep beneath the floor, like a pulse from long before. You can feel it in your breath, something older than your death. You keep searching for the line that will bring you back to now, but the echoes twist your voice into something dissolute. Strings are rising through the air, like a tension no one shares. Every second feels rehearsed, like you've lived it at your worst. I don't call you to the light, I don't close the final act. When the silence holds the stage, there's no way to take it back. The stage never empties, no mistake, no disguise. Every truth you try to leave still performs behind your eyes. The stage never empties, no end and no end, just a quiet repetition that refuses to pretend. Your reflection in the glass of a mirror backstage side doesn't look like who you were, more like someone still inside. I don't change the role you played, I don't write what comes next. Every choice you thought was yours still is written in the text. One last spotlight flickers weak, no one left to take a bow. You were waiting for an ending, I was holding you in now. Curtains fall but never close, nothing here will disappear. You can walk out to the night, but the stage stays with you there. The stage never empty, it was always true. You don't leave the part you played, it keeps playing you, it's playing you. Wind cuts soft across my face. City lights can't fill this space. Far below they chase a sound. Up here silence holds its ground. Piano floats into the night, barely touching what is right. Every note just drifts away, like it never meant to stay. You would think this view is peace, all the chaos turned to glow. But the higher that you stand, the less there is to know. Above the noise line, nothing reaches here. Every word becomes too small, every thought too clear. Above the noise line, no need to pretend. What you thought was everything never mattered in the end. Guitar hums a hollow blue, like a truth that cuts you through. Every tone a quiet fall through a space that holds it all. Bassline deep but slow and wide, like a pulse you cannot hide. You can feel it in your chest, something stripped down to its rest. You keep looking at the streets like they owe you something more, but the answers don't live there, not the way they did before. Strings are rising in the wind, like a tension without sound. Every second stretches thin, like you're not supposed to be found. I don't reach for what is gone, I don't chase what fades below. When the height becomes this real, there's no need to let it show. Above the noise line, no regret, no claim. Every version that you were doesn't feel the same. Above the noise line, no one calls your name. You don't lose what you let go, you just stop the game. Your reflection in the glass of the skyline far away looks like someone undefined, someone drifting into gray. I don't need to hold it close, I don't need to understand. When the world gets this quiet, it just slips out of your hands. One last breath into the wind, city moving far beneath. You were trying to feel alive, I was learning how to leave. Above the noise line, it was always clear, you don't rise above the world, you just disappear. High above the city lights, where the air forgets your name, glass and steel reflect the night. Nothing here feels quite the same. Piano drifting through the height, like a thought you can't deny. Every note a quiet answer to the questions far below the sky. You talk loud down in the streets, like it means you own the game. But up here it all gets smaller. Even power sounds the same. I don't chase the noise you make. I don't follow what you prove. I just stand where things get clearer. Watch the world begin to move above the noise, where silence breathes, where nothing begs and nothing needs. Above the noise, no fear, no claim, just quiet control without a name. Above the noise, no there remains. Guitar shining cold and blue, like a blade in velvet light. Every tone a soft reminder, who decides the shape of night. Bassline steady like a pulse that the city can't escape. Every rhythm pulling tighter, every moment taking shape. You were building something fragile, down where shadows overlap. I was watching from a distance, seeing through the whole collapse. Strings are rising through the skyline, like the wind begins to speak. You can feel it in your chest now, something steady, something bleak. I don't need to touch the ground, I don't need to take a side. When you see the full horizon, there's no reason left to hide. Above the noise, no need to run. The war is over before begun. Above the noise, no victory, just something deeper than you see. Your reflection in the glass doesn't look the way it did. Something sharper, something colder, something no one else can read. I don't argue with illusion, I don't bend to what you show. When the truth becomes a pattern, it's the only thing I know. One last look across the skyline, every light begins to fade. You were searching for a meaning, I was watching how it's made. Wind moves slow across the edge, night becomes a steady tone. You were trying to be remembered, I was already alone. Above the noise, where echoes die, where even dreams don't ask you why. Above the noise, where endings start and silence finally owns the heart. Above the noise, where endings start and silence finally owns the heart. Cold lights hum above the floor, suitcase rolling, nothing more. Voices blur into the air, like they were never really there. Piano plays a distant line, soft as something left behind. Every note just fades too fast, like it never meant to last. Screens keep changing every name. None of them are mine to claim. Places calling, passing through. None of them belong to you. Day without goodbye. No words left to say. Every step you thought was yours is already on its way. Day without goodbye. No reason to stay. What you couldn't hold before, you just let it drift away. Guitar breathing hollow blue, like a thought you never knew. Every tone a quiet fall through a space that holds it all. Bassline deep inside your chest, like a weight that doesn't rest. You can feel it in the pulse, something free from any cause. You keep checking one last time, like the past will call you back. But the silence answers first, there's no signal on that track. Strings are rising through the air, like a tension in delay. Every second stretches out, like it doesn't want to stay. I don't turn to say your name, I don't wait to feel the end. When the leaving feels this quiet, there's no need to pretend. Gay without goodbye. No trace, no regret. Every version that you were isn't finished with you, yeah. Gay without goodbye. No past to defend. Just a quiet kind of leaving that you never read, yeah. Your reflection in the glass of the runway far below doesn't look like who you were, more like someone you don't know. I don't chase what disappears, I don't hold what slips away. Every moment that you lost isn't asking you to stay. Final call you never hear, door already closing slow. You were waiting for a sign, I was ready to let go. Engines hum, the night moves on, city fading out of view. You can fly across the dark, but it's still inside of you. Gay without goodbye. It was always clear, you don't leave the past behind, you just carry it from here. Neon flickers through the glass, empty streets just let you pass. Doorbell rings and fades away, like it's tired of what to say. Piano hums behind the bar, soft as who we really are. Every note just settles in, like it knows where we've been. You sit down across from me, not a word but still I see something heavy in your eyes, something you don't recognize. Coffee stays warm too long, no one drinks, no one moves. Every silence feels like something neither one of us coffee stays warm too long. No goodbye, no hello, just a quiet kind of knowing neither one of us can show. Guitar drips a gentle blue, like a night that followed you. Every tone a fragile thread through the things you never said. Baseline low beneath the air, like a weight we both can share. You can feel it in your breath, something close but nothing left. You keep staring at the cup, like it's going to speak first, but the silence holds it still, like it understands the words. Strings are rising soft and thin, like a truth we're both within. Every second stretches out, like it doesn't need a route. I don't ask you where you've been, I don't tell you where I go. When the quiet feels this real, there's no need to let it show. Coffee stay warm too long, no mistake, no disguise. Every version that we were still is living in our eyes. Coffee stay warm too long, no escape, no delay. We don't need to understand it, we just let it stay. Your reflection in the spoon bends a version of your face, something soft or something gone, something time can't replace. I don't reach across the table, I don't try to make it right. Every moment that we share doesn't need to last the night. One last sip that never comes, door stays closed, the neon hums. You were waiting for a reason, I was waiting for it to end. Chair still cold when you stand up, nothing said but something done. You can walk back to the dark, but it won't undo this one. Coffee stays warm too long, it was always true. Some connections never start, but they still stay with you. Fluorescent flicker, hollow sound, stealing echoes underground. Footsteps fade before they land, like they follow my command. Piano distant, barely there, breathing through the tunnel air. Every note a hidden code, tracing where you thought you'd go. You don't see me, that's the point. I don't need to take the stage. Power moves in quieter forms, far beneath the surface rage. Below your signal, where nothing calls your name. Every path you try to take still delivers you the same. Below your signal, where silence runs the line, time. Guitar hums a low blue line, like a wire beneath your skin. Every tone a soft intrusion, letting something deeper in. Bassline rolling like a train, slow and heavy through your chest. You can feel it in your breathing, something you cannot arrest. You keep checking for a message, like it's gonna set you free, but the signal never reaches where it needs to be. Strings are tightening the space, like the walls begin to close. Not around you, but your options, every exit overthrown. I don't push, I don't insist, I just let the pattern grow. By the time you start to notice, there's no other way to go. Below your signal, no warning, no delay. Every truth you try to hide finds a quieter way. Below your signal, no reason left to fight. You don't lose inside the dark, you dissolve into the night. Your reflection in the glass of a train that never stops doesn't look like who you were, more like something slowly lost. I don't speak to make it clear, I don't need to make you see. When the silence gets too heavy, that's when you begin to be. Last light fading down the line, city breathing far above. You were searching for direction, I was moving what you love. Train doors open, no one there, just a space that feels too still. You can step into the silence if you think you have the will. Below your signal, nothing left to send. By the time you understand, you've already reached the end. Rain falls softer when you lie, like it's trying not to choose between the truth inside your eyes and the version that you use. Piano echoes down the hall, every note a quiet plea, but I don't answer to emotion, it learns to answer me. You say love like it's a shelter, like it's something I should need. I've seen hearts become a weakness, I've seen silence make them bleed. Your touch feels like a question, mine responds without a sound. I don't reach for what is fading, I just watch it breaking down. No witness love, just shadows learning how to bow. No witness love, no tears to prove, just something deep that doesn't move. Guitar crying blue and distant, like a memory gone cold. Every word you try to offer feels rehearsed and overtold. You were hoping I would fall, lose control and lose my place, but I mastered every distance, even standing face to face. Baseline under every breath, like a truth you can't escape. You can feel it in the silence, every move I never made. I don't chase a fragile feeling, I don't beg for something real. If it stays, it learns my rhythm. If it breaks, it learns to kneel. No witness love, no soft goodbye, just echoes where the answers die. No witness love, no need to stay, just night that slowly fades away. Strings are rising like a warning, pulling tight around your chest. You can feel your voice get smaller, trying hard to do its best. But I don't belong to longing, I don't bend to what you feel, I don't break into confession, I just keep the moment still. You were searching for a promise, something warm you could defend. I was offering you presence that doesn't need to pretend. One last look across the distance, no more roles for us to play. You can keep your kind of love, I was never built that way. Rain keeps riding in the dark, city breathing something true. You were looking for forever, I was passing through you. Concrete breathing cold and wide, engine sleep but something's alive. Footsteps echoed in divide, like they're walking by your side. Lights blink slow in broken roads, shadows stretch but never close. Piano drips a hollow tone, like it's playing all alone. You move slow but not by will, air too heavy standing still. Every sound you try to trace ends up back in the same place. Echoes under concrete, nothing stays where it began. Every step you think is yours, follow someone else's plan. Echoes under concrete, no direction, no relief. What you try to leave above finds you here beneath the street. guitar hums a distant blues, like a shape you never knew. Every note a quiet chase through an unseen kind of space. Bassline deep beneath your chest, like a weight that never rests. You can feel it in your spine, something running out of time. You keep looking past the cars, like you're searching for a door, but the structure holds you still, like it's seen this all before. Strings are rising through the air, like a warning everywhere. Every second pulls you in, closer to us underneath. I don't call out your name, I don't need to make a sound. When the silence moves like this, it already hunts you down. Echoes under concrete, no mistake, no disguise. Every fear you locked away, now is standing in your eye. Echoes under concrete, no escape, no delay. You don't choose what follows you, it just waits until you stay. Your reflection in the glass of a car you didn't own doesn't look like who you were, more like something overthrown. I don't change the way you run, I don't stop what you believe. Every shadow that you pass has no reason to leave. One last flicker overhead, lights go dim but never die. You were hoping for a way out, I was watching from the side. Silence falls but not alone, something lingers in the air. You can't make it to the stairs, but it's already there. Echoes under concrete, it was always near. You don't get to lose the dark when it knows you're here. The door don't creak, it understands who's walking through the night. No need to turn the lights on, the dark already knows my side. Piano lays a velvet line across the edge of breath. Every note a quiet contract signed between control and death. You speak like it could matter, like your words could shift the air, but meaning isn't louder just because you put it there. I don't argue with a moment, I don't wrestle with a lie. I just let the tension settle, watch it fold and justify. When silence signs, there's nothing left to say. Every doubt you brought with you already gave itself away. Like a verdict without language, image like a truth that stands alone. Guitar cuts in shades of blue, soft enough to feel like grace, but every note is marking all the cracks you can't erase. Bassline moving like a 30, heavy as a sealed fate. You were trying to delay it, I was never running late. Neon lights across your face, things your voice won't ever show. I can read it in a second, everything you didn't know. Strings are pulling tighter now, like the room begins to close. Not around your body, but the fear you never chose. I don't need a final word, I don't need to prove a thing. When the choir starts to listen, that's when I begin to win. And when silence sighs, it doesn't need a name. Every path you thought was yours was already in my frame. And when silence sighs, you don't resist or fight, you just feel your world adjusting to a colder kind of ride. No applause and no reaction, no dramatic fall from grace, just a shift you can't explain, taking over time and place. You were looking for a reason, something clear that you could hold, but I deal in something deeper, something quiet, something cold. One last second stretches thin, like a breath that won't return. You can feel the ending coming, but there's nothing left to learn. Rain begins to trace the glass, city humming far below. You were asking for direction, I was led in silent show. Silent signs, it never needs a pen. By the time you understand it, you're not who you were then. Candles flicker in a line, shadows bend but stay confined. Marble floors hold every step, like they haven't left you yet. Piano echoes through the hall, soft as something about to fall. Every note a quiet plea, no one's asking it to be. You kneel down but not to pray, just to feel something obey. Silence pressing on your chest, like it knows you better than the rest. Confession without sound, no words, no release. Every truth you bury deep doesn't offer peace. Confession without sound, no mercy, no disguise. What you try to leave behind still is in your eyes. guitar weeps a hollow blue, like a past that follows you. Every tone a fragile line between the sacred and the crime. Bassline deep beneath your breath, like a step away from death. You can feel it in your bones, something older than your own. You keep waiting for a sign, something holy, something clear. But the quiet answers first. There is nothing waiting here. Strings are rising in the dark, like a judgment without spark. Every second stretches thin, like you shouldn't still be in. I don't speak to guide you through, I don't need to make you see. When the silence feels this close, it becomes your memory. Confession without sound, no forgiveness, no escape. Every version that you were starts to slowly reshape. Confession without sound, no heaven, no defense, just a quiet kind of ending, dressed in innocence. Your reflection in the glass of a window high above doesn't look like who you were, more like something you gave up. I don't cleanse what you became, I don't wash away your past. Every truth you tried to hide wasn't meant to ever last. One last breath inside the dark, candles barely holding flame. You were looking for redemption, I was calling out your name. Doors stay closed, the night goes on, nothing here will intervene. You can walk back to the world, but you won't come back clean. Confession without sound, it was always this way. You don't speak to be forgiven, you just feel it anyway. Empty tracks beneath the rain, station calling without a name, flicker lights that never stay, like they're trying to look away. Piano echoes down the line, soft as something left behind, every note a fading trace of a time you can't replace. You stand still but not by choice, there's a weight behind your voice, things you never said out loud, now they gather in a crowd. No return platform, no ticket, no excuse. Every step you thought you chose was something else in you. No return platform, no past left to defend. By the time you hear the train, you're already at the end. Yeah. Guitar bending low and blue, like a truth you always knew. Every tone cuts clean and slow, letting deeper silence grow. Bassline rolling like the steel. Under wheels you start to feel. You can sense it in your chest, something you cannot arrest. You keep looking down the track, like it's gonna change its mind. But the darkness doesn't shift, it just leaves the light behind. Strings are rising in the air, like a tension made of fear. Every second stretches thin, like you shouldn't still be here. I don't call you to the train, I don't push you to decide. When the moment comes this quiet, there is nowhere left to hide. No return platform, no signal left to send. Every road you walk before doesn't matter in the end. No return platform, no witness, no leg. Just a quiet kind of leaving that won't ever fade away. Your reflection in the glass of a train you didn't board doesn't look like who you were, more like something you ignore. I don't judge the way you stayed, I don't change what you became. Every silence that you carry now is calling out your name. Train arrives without a sound, doors slide open to the night. You were waiting for a reason, I was waiting for the sight. One last breath before you move, no one there to understand. You can step into the dark, or just stay where you stand. No return platform, it was always this way. You don't leave the past behind, you just let it rearrange. Glass in my hand, the night stands still. Ice doesn't melt until I will. Piano hums behind the smoke, like it knows every word you choke. You You sit down like you own the place, but I've seen that careful face. People talk when they feel strong, then the silence proves them wrong. I don't ask what brought you here, I don't need your history. Every story starts to show, and it's poured slow in front of me. Last pour of control, no need to raise my tone. Every secret finds its way when it thinks it's alone. Last pour of control, no lie survive the glass. What you try to leave behind always comes back through the past. Guitar slipping soft and blue, like a truth you almost knew. Every note cuts clean and thin, letting something deeper in. Bassline heavy in your chest, like a weight you can't confess. You can feel it in your breath, something close to quiet death. You keep talking just to fill spaces you don't understand, but your voice begins to break before it reaches where I stand. Strings are rising in the dark, like a warning dressed in calm. Every second pulls you deeper, further from what kept you warm. I don't rush the final drink, I don't spill what I can't hold. Every drop becomes a mirror, showing something turning cold. Last pour of control, you don't even see it fall. By the time you try to stop it, you're not choosing anymore. Last pour of control, no witness, no defense, just a quiet kind of ending that arrives without pretense. Your reflection in the bottle doesn't look the way it should. Something distant, disconnected, something misunderstood. I don't judge the way you broke, I don't fix what you became. I just let the night reveal who was playing which game. One last sip, the room goes still, even smoke forgets to move. You were searching for escape, I was showing engine low, the city breeze, neon sliding off the street, rain coals across the glass, every drop repeats defeat. You step in without a word, like you're hiding from a past. But I've seen that kind of silence, it don't ever really last. Piano tapping in the dark, like a clock you can't reset, every second getting heavier, closer to what you regret. I don't ask you where you're going, I don't need to hear you lie. Every route you think you're choosing, I've already driven by. No destination left, just roads that circle back. Every turn you try to make leads you deeper into black. No destination left, no exit you can claim. You don't ride inside this night, you become part of the frame. Guitar hums a broken blue, soft like something almost kind, but it cuts beneath the surface, where you bury what you hide. Bassline rolling like a motor, steady, slow, and in control. You can feel it in your chest now, like it's sinking with your soul. You keep staring out the window, like the city might explain why the world you try to build never stay the same. Strings are rising in the distance, like a warning dressed as calm. Every light you pass is fading, like it's slipping from your palm. I don't speed, I don't rush, I let timing do his part. Every mile of quiet pressure on the edges of your heart. No destination left, just distance turning real. Every truth you tried to dodge is waiting at the wheel. No destination left, no place to disappear. By the time you ask to stop, you don't even know you're here. Your reflection in the mirror doesn't look the way it did. Something colder, something quieter, something you can't get rid. I don't turn around for questions, I don't circle back for doubt. When the road decides you're ending, there's no other way out. Rain gets heavier than still, city fading into gray. You were searching for a reason, I was driving it away. Engine stops without a sound, door unlocks into the night. You step out without direction, something in you not the same. No destination left, just silence where you stand. You were riding through the darkness, now you understand. marble floors and empty frames. Footsteps echo without names. Light falls soft on polished lies. Everything is still but alive. Piano drips like liquid time across the edge of what you feel. Every note a careful line between illusion and what's real. You walk slow like you belong, like you understand the air. But this place don't need your presence, it decides who's really there. Do not touch the silence, it was never yours to hold. Every truth behind the glass was already bought and sold. Do not touch the silence, you won't change what you see. If you try to move the meaning, it will only move through me. Guitar paints a shade of blue, soft as velvet, sharp as thought. Every tone a quiet warning about the lesson never taught. Bassline hums beneath the ground, like a pulse inside the wall. You can feel it in your balance, something shifting in it all. You keep searching for a sign, something written clear and bright. But the deeper you observe it, the less you think you're right. Strings are rising through the room like a tension made of glass. Every second feels suspended, like it's watching you pass. I don't guide, I don't explain, I don't need to interfere. Every answer you are chasing gets more distant when you're near. Do not touch the silence, let it study who you are. By the time you start to question, you've already gone too far. Do not touch the silence, there's no exit, no defense, just a quiet transformation hiding under elegance. Your reflection in the frame doesn't match the way you feel. Something colder rearranged, something almost too real. I don't change what you become, I don't shape the path you take. I just stand where things are clearer, watching every small mistake. One last step across the line, no alarm, no sudden move, but the air begins to tighten, like it's something you can't prove. You were looking for expression for a meaning you could claim. But the silence in this building never needed you to name. Do not touch the silence, it was never meant to break. By the time you try to leave it, you're already part of it. Doors slide shut without a sound. Numbers flicker going down. Mirror shows a different face in this tight and silent space. Piano drops a single line, soft as something out of time. Every note just hangs too long, like it knows where you went wrong. You stand still, no room to move. Air too thick to even prove. Something shifting in your chest, something you can't second guess. Between floors, no escape, no direction left to take. Every second feels too late, every breath begins to break. Between floors, no escape, no control, no delay. What you try to leave behind is already on its way. Guitar hums a fragile blue, like a thought you never knew. Every tone a quiet fall through the space that holds it all. Baseline deep beneath your skin, like a truth you're locked within. You can feel it rising slow, something you don't wanna know. You keep staring at the door like it's gonna open wide, but the numbers never change, they just flicker then divide. Strings are tightening the air like a pressure everywhere. Every second pulls you in closer to what's underneath. I don't press another key, I don't try to make it stop. When the silence traps you in, there's no way to break it off. Between floors, no escape, no mistake, no disguise. Every version that you were now is standing in your eyes. Between floors, no escape, no outside, no inside. Just a quiet confrontation, nowhere left for you to hide. Your reflection in the glass doesn't match the way you feel. Something colder staring back, something sharper, something real. I don't tell you what to do, I don't guide you to the end. Every truth you try to bury now refuses to pretend. Sudden joke that nothing moves, lights go dim but never die. You were waiting for a rescue, I was waiting for this time. Doors don't open, silence grows, nothing left to rearrange. You can stand there all you want, it won't ever really change. Between floors, no escape, it was always clear. You don't get to leave yourself even when you disappear.
tight to smoke in my hands, and now I can't breathe, but I still understand. You moved through me like a summer storm. Didn't ask, didn't knock, just came and warm. You said I'll stay till I learned to be kind, but kindness was just a pause in your climb. Love like yours don't stay, it just stops for a while, leaves lipstick on the glass and a half-hearted smile. Guess goodbye gets easy when the heart gets old. You lit a fire and left me in smoke. Told me to sing, but you took every note. Love like yours don't bleed, it just burns and runs dry. Leaves shadows in the hallway, no reason why. I was a song you skipped, a room you left unlocked. I was Sunday morning, but you were always the clock, always ticking, never staying. Always kissing, never praying. I held on too tight to smoke in my hands. You disappeared just like you planned. We used to talk until the dawn. Now your words are ghosts that never come. Used to smile like I was home. Now it feels like I'm alone. I reached for you in little ways, but you just slipped a step away. You held my hand, but not my way, and love got lost somewhere too late. You faded first, like colors left out in the rain. I stayed strong, you pulled away. Now I'm the one who wears the stain. You faded first, but I took the blame. I begged for sparks, you gave me shade. I cried in songs you never played. The mirror up some. You faded first, but I'm the one undone. I stood in storms you wouldn't name. You whispered love, then left the flame. You said forever like a guess, but I wore it like a wedding dress. Now all that's left is just this hurt and your ghost in every verse. So don't come back with empty eyes. I've learned the truth where silence lies. You don't miss me. You miss the way the room stayed quiet when I was breaking inside, just to keep you calm. I folded your shirt the way you like, even after you stopped wearing love like it was supposed to fit forever. Betraying in the rain, you left your keys in the bowl, like maybe you'd come back. But I knew better. The door didn't make a sound when it closed. I made space for your shadows in drawers I used to keep poems. Now every corner smells like someone who only loved me when the lights were off. And I kept whispering, it's okay, understand. Even when I didn't. They asked me why I let you go, and I said I didn't. He just walked slow enough for it to feel like he stayed. But the truth is, you were already gone long before the goodbye. You don't miss me. You miss having someone to listen to your silence without asking why it got so loud. You miss the comfort of my breaking, because it made you feel whole. And I miss me too. The version of me that thought love meant
The mirror still fogs when I breathe too deep. And I still pause before I say your name. I used to know your footsteps on the stair. Now silence answers when I care. The cups stay clean, the bed stays made like you were never here. Just some old shade. I sang our song last night by mistake. Forgot it hurts, how much it takes. The notes still know we once kissed, but now they ache with what I miss. I gave you grace when you gave me doubt. You held the door, I cried it out. I told the stars we'd still be two, but I don't lie to them like you. So I broke the glass, I burned the frame, tore every letter with your name. You took the love, I took the blame, but I won't whisper you again. This is the last time I say your name. Now I sleep with dreams that don't wear your coat. No more maybes in my throat. You left like rain on borrowed days, but I've dried up in brighter ways. So if you wonder why I've gone, know that silence finally won. I lit a candle in the cold night air, just hoping you might still care. You said love don't mean the same, but I'm a fool still calling your name. I cooked your dinner, poured your glass, waiting for the hurt to pass. You walked out like it don't mean a thing, left me here wearing your ring. Now I'm begging you to stay, baby. No. Now I'm begging you mean a thing, beg that he wed me so. And better you to stay, baby. Don't leave me so. You don't call, you don't write, but your shadow still sleeps at night on the pillow where your head once lay, where I whisper every day. I got no pride left in your way. I got no pride left anyway. I cried, I pleaded, dropped to my knees, but you love to watch me bleed. I'm begging you to stay, baby. Love ain't always sweet or kind. still begging you to stay. Don't make me laugh, try harder, try. I'll find the door where there will be a safe enemy in the space, babe, till I forget how to try. Kept your dinner warm till it turned cold. Read our whole letters like they still told the story of two hearts meant to stay, but pages lie when love walks away. Where were you when I needed saving? Where were you when I stopped believing? I lit the lamp, you closed the door, left pieces of me on every floor. You said you'd fight, but silence came and wore your face and spoke my name. I screamed through walls you wouldn't break. I begged for truth, got your mistake. I burned for love you wouldn't claim, and still I stood inside the flame. Where were you when I needed saving? Where were you when I stopped believing? Sky, you gave me rain. I waited through silence, but you never came. So don't call me now, I won't pick up pain. Don't knock on the door you let close in vain. I'm not the girl who begged you to stay. I'm the woman who walked away. Where were you? When I needed saving. your new light, but you kept her ghost inside. How can I shine when you won't let go? I deserve more than shadows. I don't want a second-hand heart. One stitch together, torn apart. If I give you my soul, give me yours whole. Not love left in a bargain card. If I'm gonna love, it's gotta be true. Not a hand-me-down version of you. I don't want a second-hand heart. One stitch together, torn apart. If I give you my soul, give me yours whole. Not love left in a bargain card. If I give you my soul, give me yours whole. Not love left in a bargain card. There's raining in my room, but the sky is dry. No storm outside, just the storm inside. I reach for you in tangled sheets, but all I find is memories heat. You used to hold me when it fell. Now every drop's a broken spell. I cry like thunder without sound. Each tear a flood where love once drowned. There's rain in my room, but no windows wide. Just echoes crashing from the inside. You left and took the sky away, but I still storm where I lay. weatherman can't see my skies, but every night another rise. You held me close with sugar words, but love don't mean control. You dressed me in your silence, but I broke free with soul. No more velvet chains on me, no more lies in harmony. I found my voice, I'm finally free. No more velvet chains on me. You told me pain was just a phase, that heartbreak makes you strong. But I'm not your project, baby. I've been right all along. No more velvet chains on me, no more lies in harmony. I found my voice, I'm finally free. didn't slam the door, didn't shout. No storm, no rain, no raging doubt. Just packed your soul in quiet steps, left me drowning in words unsaid. Ain't no silence like goodbye, no thunder, just a hollow sky. I listen close for one last sound, but all I heard was you not around. Your absence screams in empty chairs, echoes linger in the stifled air. Your scent remains a ghostly clue of a love I thought I knew. Ain't no silence like goodbye, no thunder, just a hollow sky. I listen close for one last sound, but all I heard was you not around. You're up high, you're quiet like a song, wondering where we both went wrong. But silence answers with no grace. It just stares me in the face. Ain't no silence like goodbye, just a hush where we used to lie. Pluck me from the garden light, set my colors, made as night. Love like his comes with thorns, left me ragged, bruised and torn. I'm a wounded rose, but I still bloom. Though I've cried rivers, I left no room for hate to grow where he once stood. I bleed beauty, I bleed good. Petals faded, but I ain't dead. I rise in pink from beds he fled. My roots go deep my heart still sings. In brokenness I found my wings, and I'm a wounded rose, but I still bloom. Though I've cried rivers, I left no room for hate to grow where he once stood. I bleed beauty, I bleed good. Pain don't mean I lost my grace. There's strength in every scarred embrace. And if they ask what love has cost, I'll show them what can't be lost. No storm can take the soul of me. You said forever, but did you mean ever? You held my hand like you never let go. Then why did I wake up alone? You kissed me slow, like it meant something, but your lips always tasted like running. You said no lies, but your eyes look down. Love don't blink when it's real. You said you're home while packing up. Homes don't walk away on heels. Did you mean it when you said this time I'll stay? Or was it just a line to keep me quiet? Skips like how you left, half a promise, half a touch. Now silence fills what's left. You said love changes, it's a reason. Love grows, it don't disappear. You left your coat but took your heart. Was I really here? Did you mean it? Tell me now, was it ever real to you? morning air. The coffee goes cold, the silence gets loud. I'm still dancing alone in the space you allowed. I wear your goodbye like a scarlet perfume, fills up the corners of every room. I light up a candle, pretend you're nearby, but shadows don't hold me and ghosts never cry. I'm back where you left me, still turning the key to a heart you forgot, but that still remembers me. I'm the echo in your silence, the ache you won't see. I'm not gone, just back where you left me. The record still spins our favorite song, though the needle's been scratching all night long. I tried to rewrite the words in my head, but every verse still rhymes with regret. I'm back where you left me, by the window at 3, counting the stars that you once gave to me. I'm the hush in your thunder, the rain in your dream. I'm not gone, just back where you left me. You took your time and all that was mine, left the love but not the line. I still hold your name like a fading light, burning slow through a sleepless night. I'm back where you left me, but I won't always be. One day I'll rise from the pieces of me, but tonight I'm still here with a heart set free. I'm not yours, just back where you left me. I light a candle in the dark, pour a drink for the days we lost. Your shadow lingers in the hall, but your heart's forever gone. There's whiskey in my tears tonight, each drop a memory I can't find. You left without a reason why. Now drink your name till the bottle runs dry. I played your song on that old jukebox, same tune, different kind of pain. You promised me we'd never break. Now I can't outrun the rain. There's whiskey in my tears tonight. Each drop a memory I can't find. You left without a reason why. Now drink your name till the bottle runs dry. Your ghost dances slow in my mind, a waltz of lies I didn't see in time.
You were almost mine, almost stayed, almost tried, almost said the words would have made me yours tonight, but almost don't keep me warm, and maybe never calls. You were almost mine, but you were never mine at all. I lit candles you never saw burn, played your records long after you turned. You said you were broken but trying to mend. I was the thread but not the end. We shared secrets on rooftops and rain, but loving love, if it's always in pain. You kept your suitcase half unpacked, like you never meant to come back. Now I drink coffee without thinking of you, and I hum your songs out of key, out of tune. You were the pause in my melody, but I'm the song you didn't see. You were almost mine, almost right, almost true, almost gave me all